Hey there everybody, Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Classic Album War. Today we are looking at two very mighty albums, both of these bands' mightiest, I might add, from the mid-70s and mid-late 70s, all right? First one in this battle, entering the ring right now. And I have like a little, kind of like a little box. It's not really a box set, but it's like a little kind of cool little release that has like a couple of their albums on it. So it's the Scorpions, all right? We're going to show you the bad album cover, right? Virgin Killer, okay, from 1976. This is the kind of set that I have. It's got, Fly to the Rainbow, In Trance, Virgin Killer, the Back to Black collection. And then it's going up against from 1977, and Virgin Killer is the fourth album from Germany's The Scorpions. It's going to go up against Great Britain's UFO, their sixth album from 1977, Lights Out. Okay, two notable albums, two really great albums, I might add, both featuring terrific guitar players in Uli John Roth. He was called Ulrich, however he said it back then. He wasn't using the Uli John back then. And Michael Schenker. And Michael Schenker, of course, came to UFO from the Scorpions. So a lot of kind of history tied between these two bands. So let's take a look at each one, head to head, back to back, and then I'll let you know which is my favorite. So Virgin Killer, I believe, going back in history here, myself, the history of Pete Pardo, pretty sure Virgin Killer was the second Scorpions album I ever got. First one I ever got was Blackout. That's when I first started getting into the Scorpions. And then I went way back and started digging into the Roth era albums before I went and got Animal Magnetism and Love Drive. I really fell in love with Virgin Killer. It's the reason why I picked it today, because it's like one of my favorite Scorpions albums. But Virgin Killer's got some great tunes on here. All right. Again, not a big seller of an album at the time. I think the only country that Virgin Killer absolutely did well in was in Japan, of all places, right? But in the U.S., nothing. Europe, next to nothing. But all these years later, a lot of people look at those Roth era albums as pretty groundbreaking. All right. There was really nobody else doing music like that out there at the time. Was it metal? Yeah, it was hard rock. It was kind of psychedelic. It was kind of heavy metal-y, right? Some heavy tunes, some like Hendrixy type tunes, crazy guitar work, really different, unique vocals, great top-to-bottom track list. So kicking off with Pictured Life, which is just a really good, upbeat, heavy rocker, catchy as all hell. Then you got Catch Your Train. All right. Again, another like real good anthem from the band. It's like, why weren't people listening in droves at that time in 1976? It's amazing how it really took the band all the way till the early 80s with the Blackout album to really break big around the world. Even though Love Drive and Animal Magnetism did fairly good business, but man, the Roth era albums just really, maybe they were way too ahead of their time. That's my guess. But Catch Your Train, what a catchy tune. All right, In Your Park, right, kind of like a ballady type tune, really spooky and moody. Backstage Queen, another up-tempo riff rocker, great tune. Then the title track, Virgin Killer, which has got, Uli John Roth guitar all over it. All right, the great rhythm guitar from Rudolf Schenker, Klaus Meiner's awesome vocals. Side 2, you got Hellcat, all right, sung by Mr. Roth himself. He sang a couple tunes on this album. Not the greatest voice ever, but it kind of worked, right? Okay. He usually sang, one or two, maybe three tunes on an album, usually songs that he wrote, and they were kind of like the more Hendrixy type tunes. He definitely had a unique voice, not a great voice by any means, but it kind of worked with the songs. Then you got Crying Days, another really good tune. Polar Nights, a phenomenal song with a mercurial lead guitar work all over it. In fact, Polar Nights would be like one of the centerpiece tunes from the Tokyo Tapes live album. Great stuff. And then the gorgeous Yellow Raven. Okay, Klaus's mystical vocals and Uli's fantastic guitar styling. It's just a really great, heavy-hitting album with just like can't-miss guitar work. Just such a unique album. And again, if we're going to give you I don't want to get banned from YouTube showing this because it's, this is like a politically incorrect as it gets which is why this album cover got like banned, across the world. The LP that I actually had back in the day was the one with the guys in the band in the front, dressed like gypsies and stuff. That's the one I always knew. This one wasn't available in the U.S., but regardless, I know they did get some attention on the album cover. I wish they would have gotten the attention on the music because damn spectacular. All right, so let's go over, fast forward a year, and Michael Schenker, Phil Mogg, Pete Way, Andy Parker, Paul Raymond released this stunner of an album. I believe still to this day the band's best-selling album, but it came on the heels of like some really strong stuff. So Schenker joined the band for the Phenomenon album. Okay, then you got Force It, No Heavy Petting, then this one, and then Obsession after it. Okay, and that was the kind of the end of the first era of Michael Schenker in the band. They released the Strangers in the Night live album. He's gone. Paul Chapman comes in, and we start a whole new era. I think the Obsession album is my favorite of the early Schenker stuff, but this one is damn good. This is the first UFO album I ever got, and it's great for a reason. Okay, you got one of their great anthems kicking off the album, Too Hot to Handle. Okay, Just Another Suicide follows it up, pretty strong rocker. Try Me, it's a great tune, really good ballad from the band, really awesome vocals from Phil, and a killer, kind of bluesy, very tasty guitar solo from Michael. I always really like that tune a lot. And then, of course, the title track, Lights Out, which is probably one of the band's best tunes. Top 3 easy. That's a metallic, riffy, metal, legendary tune. Okay? Great, great song. Then you got Getting Ready. Not a huge fan of that song. It's okay. Kind of like a poppy, light rocker. Alone Again, or also decent. Not one of my favorites on the album. Electric Phase is great. Again, another real metallic number on there. They got a couple tunes on here that kind of even go a little heavier than normal hard rock, verge into metal territory. And then, of course, it all ends with the majestic, magnificent Love to Love, which is kind of like mixes like, progressive rock with just pure headbanging hard rock, man. Just awesome stuff. You got Paul Raymond's keyboards, and you got some great riffing and lead guitar work from Michael, thunderous rhythms from Way and Parker, and a great vocal from, I'm drawing a complete blank, Phil Mogg. Jesus, get with it, Mr. Pardo. A great album, okay? So what am I thinking here, all right? Well, I will tell you probably almost any day of the week, I will generally pick UFO over Scorpions most of the time. I'm probably a little, because again, I'm looking at the whole careers, right? So for me, for the Scorpions, from Lonesome Crow through like Love at First Sting, I'm a pretty big fan of all that stuff. Anything after it, it's okay. I'm not much into the later era Scorpions. And even the kind of post Love Drive, Love It, even Blackout I don't listen to as much as I used to. I still do like that album a lot. But I tend to really gravitate towards the Roth era albums now. Whereas the UFO catalog has been really solid, like all throughout. You got the recent Vinnie Moore years, a lot of really solid albums there. The Tonka era, Paul Chapman, a lot of really strong albums in the 80s. And of course, these classic Schenker era albums, even the other albums that Schenker appeared on with the band, later on in the early 90s and what have you, pretty damn solid. Something could be said for those couple of early space rock albums, right, with Mick Bolton on guitar. Right? Pretty strong catalog. So, what am I going to pick? Well, here's the deal, guys. As much as I love like 75% of this album, a couple tunes on here that are like kind of hit or miss for me. Whereas I love every song on Virgin Killer. Big time. And this is not a Schenker versus Roth contest here. All right? I'm always going to like Schenker just a little bit more than I like Uli John Roth, although I love them both dearly. Whereas Schenker might be my third favorite guitar player of all time, Roth may be number 5, right, or something like that. So this is not about the guitar playing, although the guitar playing on both of these is spectacular. This is about song-by-song comparisons, which one I think is stronger, which one I've listened to more, which one do I reach for more often now, all these years later after I've been listening to both for 40 years, right? The winner is by a narrowest of margin. It's unanimous, but it's close. is Virgin Killer. All right? I know some of you saying, oh my God, he's going up, picking something over the classic Lights Out. Not by much, guys. Not by much. I still love this to death, right? If this was Obsession, which is my favorite UFO album of all time, it would have won. Okay? And I love, this is my second favorite UFO album, although Force It's damn good too. I actually, honestly, I think Force It top to bottom might be a little stronger than this, a little more consistent. This has a couple of the best songs ever, though. That's what makes this such a great album, because you got Too Hot to Handle, Just Another Suicide, Lights Out, Electric Phase, and Love to Love. Great. Okay, and Try Me. I like Try Me. Getting Ready, Alone Again, or good. Not top shelf UFO in my opinion, whereas everything on here is top shelf, in my opinion. So your mileage may vary. You may love this way more. You may say the Scorpions are always going to beat UFO. It doesn't really matter. We all have our opinions. There's no right or wrong answer here. This is just an excuse to talk about two fantastic albums, two contemporary bands that were pretty closely linked, right, for a long time, two fantastic guitar players, two really great singers, great rhythm teams, just two fantastic bands, two fantastic albums. There's no losers here, guys. I'm just going to say I prefer this one ever so slightly, Virgin Killer ever so slightly over Lights Out. But, you may ask me in a couple months from now and I'd be like, yeah, you know what? I think I kind of like Lights Out better. But honestly, I'm going to go with this one. So anyway, visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube almost every damn near day, right? We got more classic album wars coming up the rest of this week. Look out for all sorts of good stuff. I'm going to try and jump around different types of bands a little bit. I know I did prog for a couple weeks. I did mostly hard rock and early metal last week. I'm going to do some more metal coming up. I might even do a little kind of classic rock or proggy stuff again. Might do some more jazzy stuff. We'll see. I'm going to be all over the place. So just strap yourself in. Follow me. Stay tuned. Go over onto the Facebook page and vote. We got the poll going right now between these two behemoths over here, so vote for your favorite. I know as of a couple hours ago, UFO was about 20 or 30 votes in the lead, but the Scorpions are coming up pretty strong. So got a week to vote, so cast your vote. We'll see you again tomorrow, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.